And remember, ego is the death of creativity.
Sorry, I held it. I held it as long as I could.
Hi, I'm Daniel Harmon, Chief Creative Officer at Harmon Brothers.
And I'm Shane, Creative Director here at Harmon Brothers. A wise man once told me that if I wanted to be successful, I had to stop being stupid and actually come up with good ideas. I say man in a general sense because it was actually my mom. She wasn't the biggest fan of my jokes as a kid. But from an early age, I learned an important lesson. Great ideas are powerful tools in helping you entertain audiences, spread important information, and sell products.
So today, we're going to be talking about good ideas, specifically how to come up with them, how to nurture them, and how not to kill them.
There are two things you need to understand before we go into our list of tips. The first important point in creativity is to realize that you are not your idea. The truth is that about 90% of the stuff you come up with is going to be garbage. So unless you are a 90% awful human being, your problem is likely your idea, not you. And remember, ego is the death of creativity.
Even Ted from accounting has given us good ideas. And trust me when I say, Ted didn't become an accountant because he was creative.
Yeah, Ted's a moron.
Regardless, be open to the idea that great thoughts can come from anywhere and anyone.
Now, with that in mind, we'll start on our list. 1, get comfortable. This is for several reasons. Firstly, who in their right minds decides to get uncomfortable before they start brainstorming? Like, this world isn't hard enough before you subject yourself to disagreeable misery. Get off your high horse. Yeah. Anyway, the second reason is that having ideas is like having a pee. It's hard for things to start flowing when you're not comfortable. So try to personalize your workspace, use super comfy chairs, and go to a bathroom. I mean, an environment where ideas can flow freely.
2, put down your phone. You might be one of those people who think cat memes are pretty funny. You're correct. Regardless, just know that spending tons of time on YouTube and social media is kind of like collecting Beanie Babies. What you're doing could be nominally interesting, but at the end of the day, you'll wonder,
why did I spend my life this way?
Seriously, when overly used, phones kill your productivity and creativity. The quicker you get off of games and social media, the quicker you'll come up with good ideas and come back to reality.
No, I'm the cutest. No, I'm the cutest. You're a poodle. Yep.
3, live an interesting life. As much as you might think that you can boost your creativity by locking yourself in an apartment and cutting off all communication with the outside world, studies show that doing so actually increases your likelihood of becoming a serial killer. Now I know what you're thinking. Sure, serial killers can be pretty creative, but ask yourself, do you really want to show up to your child's career day dressed like a serial killer? I mean, what would you even wear? Like blood in someone else's skin? That's so messy. Let's keep it simple, guys.
Oh my God.
So aside from the ruthless murderer thing, realize that most ideas come from your input. If what you see and do and experience, your daily inputs, on a daily basis remain unchanged, your thoughts tend to remain unchanged. So for the sake of new ideas, challenge yourself to experience new things. Then you can probably write it off as a business expense. Tax breaks.
Boom. 4, read. You may not know this, but a lot of people before you and me have had ideas, and some pretty good ones. The great thing about these ideas, though, is that they're yours for the taking. Pablo Picasso put it best when he said, good artists copy, great artists steal. Ted from accounting once stole from us, and like the great artist he is, he went to prison.
Bye, Ted.
If you're more interested in success than a barred sell, we recommend stealing the things that others are already giving away. One such book of stealable concepts is called How to Get Ideas by Jack Foster and Larry Corby. They give some wonderful advice, and we try to apply a lot of their principles here at Harmon Brothers. When we say steal ideas, we don't mean copying people straight up and ripping them off. What we mean is learning from other people's experience that have gone before you to shortcut your education.
5, learn to thrive within limitation. There's a TED Talk we highly recommend called Embrace the Shake. It's by an artist named Phil Hansen, who developed a tremor in his hand during art school. To an artist, the loss of a steady hand is one of the most crippling curses they can experience. But this artist learned to work with what he had, and as he worked within his limitations, his creativity soared. Creating a video for social media also comes with certain rules and limitations, like algorithms when you buy ads. Learn to work within those.
6, shift your perspectives. Once you've actually started coming up with ideas, don't get stuck in a single mindset. One practice we try to apply here is 180-degree thinking. This is where you take an idea and think, what is the opposite of what I'm trying to say? For example, when Squatty Potty approached my brother Jeffrey and asked for an ad about kink colons and poop, He thought, what is the opposite of poop? Ice cream, of course. We could use ice cream as a metaphor for poop. We then added rainbows, a unicorn, and a prince, and the rest is history. 300 million views and millions of dollars of history.
Pooping will never be the same. And neither will ice cream.
Even if you never actually use the 180-degree ideas in the final script, using this method often helps you change your perspective and get new ideas.
7. Don't kill the ugly babies. As we mentioned before, the vast majority of the thoughts that come into your head are going to be garbage. But you need to let the ideas, all the ideas, come out first. A huge part of finding great ideas is coming up with tons of them and then scrapping the ones you don't want. If you immediately shut down every bad idea in your brainstorm sessions, you'll stop the flow of ideas altogether.
Additionally, you need to understand that a lot of extraordinary ideas come from combining very ordinary ideas. For instance, in the Squatty Potty ad, we combined rainbow ice cream and unicorns to talk about pooping and colon health. Combining these two common ideas allowed us to make something highly unexpected and very memorable. Oh, and by the way, our initial concept started out as a man in an ice cream truck with a giant Clydesdale unicorn ice cream machine, and let me tell you, it was terrifying. But we didn't kill it right off, and eventually it turned into our Squatty Potty ad, one of the most watched ads of all time.
So when you're working with a project, try to remember some of these points. Be comfortable, think without distractions, be open to ideas from anyone and anywhere, and do everything you can to get yourself more inputs. As you come up with and reshape your ideas, you'll realize that our brains are pretty great at cranking out some amazingly creative stuff.
So do everything you can consciously to boost your creativity, and we guarantee the ideas will come. And with any luck, you'll recognize the good ones.